Bad, 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 bad boy. You make me feel so good. Bad boy. You make me feel so good. You make me feel so
Hey,
good.
that's what we do.
Bad, 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 bad boy. I wouldn't change you if I could. I wouldn't change you if I could. I wouldn't change you if I could. Come on, can't under.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Malik Young Jedi Bronner back with another Young Jedi Counsel. What's going on, everybody? Oh. Thank you. I missed y'all too. I'm sure you've seen on Daily Synergy page, on my page, Sean's page, everybody's page. We got a lot going on right now. So your boy is a bit busy, but I did not forget about you. How can I forget about you? All right? And you know who else didn't forget about you? You damn Skippy R2. And what are we here to do, right? If you're here, you know what we do. My main man R2, my hetero life mate, intercepts the telephone communications. We talk about it. We go over the phone call. We give you live coaching. We give you live training. And we try to find a way to get better. All right? By the way, for all of your call monitoring needs, reach out to my people over at Call Review. Like, those are the big dogs. You're talking about call monitoring, take it from a call monitoring extraordinaire, probably the best in the world. Somebody can prove me wrong. You definitely want to go rock out with my people over at Call Review. All right. And they're going to be at IS20G. Punch your ticket. It's like WrestleMania for the automotive industry. I hope to see you there. All right. R2, I'm stalling, buddy. Where we at with the...
You've got mail.
Not expecting that. Did you upgrade? Okay. Kind of moving in the right direction a little bit. What we got? All right, cool. Short one. We didn't want to be too long. You guys are closing out your months. So let's dive into this one. A lot of value, small sample size.
Hey, buddy. My wife and I are sitting here on your site and see a couple of these TRXs and didn't know if they were available.
Let me see here real quick.
Yeah, what I'm doing, who the hell the pleasure speaking with? Please get his name. Please.
Is it a blue one and that silver one?
Should not have been the first question you asked, sir.
I do believe there's both of them were already sold.
Shut up! Guys, I'm all for being transparent with our customers. I would never tell you to lie. I would never tell you to be dishonest. I mean, there are consumers that watch my videos. I wouldn't set you up like that. But I always say this. I mean, for one, you don't know this guy. You don't have any information. He could have easily have said, oh, the TRX are sold. Thanks for nothing, buddy. Bang. You got no contact information. What if somebody's trading in a TRX right now? You won't be able to call that person back. So keep the main thing. Okay, second, guys, if you tell them that the vehicle sold, you know the customer no longer wants to be on the phone. Qualify your prospect first. If this person is a TRX customer and that's the only can't talk to that. That's the only vehicle that they want to go with. Then if I qualify them properly, I'm going to find that out. But they got to go through my process, okay? I have to test their commitment to the vehicle, okay? So he's going to put this guy on hold and probably go check. But the questions I would be asking, I would probably say something similar. Hey, look, so I know you know the TRX is a hot vehicle. A lot of people are after it. And an inventory challenge is probably even harder to get your hands on one. That's probably why you're calling them around and reaching out to us. So I'm going to check and see what we have. But while I'm doing that, man, this is after, of course, I've secured all the contact information and things like that. So, John Doe, what was it about the TRX that you liked? What drew you to it? Because a lot of my customers, what they like is blank. What about you? What did you like? And then I could find out what the hot buttons are, right? And I might be able to, hey, listen, so if there are availability challenges with that vehicle, just kind of based on what you're telling me, if I'm able to show you something with the third row seating, with the Apple CarPlay, with the power seating in the driver's side, and of course, similar mileage options and pricing, you're okay to take a look at that until we start the process. Most prospects, if you break it down for them like that, absolutely. And if they say no, great. If it's a new vehicle, they're probably going to have to get it in allocation or something to that effect. They got to come down and get the first right of refusal. So either way, I have a process. I have a branch I can take them down. But if I don't have a process, I'm just kind of out here winging it. Now, let's see what happens.
Let me put you on hold real quick. Let me ask my manager.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Because I'm not trained enough to handle this.
Yeah, I'm making fun of y'all now. Come on. Tell me
Alright,
something
sorry about
good.
that. Yeah, both of them are sold, but I am able to
J.E.D.I.
Where are we going with this?
order some if you're interested in that.
Interesting. Does that sound like a person who knows what? Does that sound like a person who's on the ball? Does that sound like a person who has confidence? No. Okay, what did I just say? If they want to go new, right, then yeah, factory order, that's probably the direction I would take them. But hey, listen, here's something else that I'm trying in live situations with these new car customers. Test their commitment to a new vehicle. Everybody knows that new vehicles are hard to find, right? What's wrong with asking, hey, listen, so I'm sure you know what, the inventory challenge is. It's really hard to get, new vehicles. I mean, I'm having a hard time finding them myself, and we sell them for God's sake. So let me ask you this, buddy. With everything going on, what's making you want to look at a new vehicle, opposed to something pre-owned? Can you break that down for me? Now, most customers, they probably won't really be able to give you a substantial answer. What I'm hearing in that spot is longevity, which if I have some 17, 18, 19, pre-owns on my lot with some warranty on it, longevity that's not a factor. Another thing I'm hearing is, well, if I'm going to pay this much for a pre-owned or I'm going to pay this much for a new, I might as well go. If I'm going to pay this much for a pre-owned, I might as well just pay the rest and get new. Understandable, right? But what do we know about people when they get these vehicles? They usually trade out of them in like 3 to 4 years anyway, right? So I'll let a customer know that, hey, listen, I get what you're talking about. Now, here's the thing was kind of changed about what was happening in the industry with a lot of my customers. So, what they're doing is they're deciding to go pre-owned, right? And here's the reason why. It's kind of a keeping up with the Joneses situation, right? The reason why they're doing that is because it's very hard to be, underwater on a pre-owned vehicle, right? So let's say you take this vehicle, you're in it for 2-3 years, something that you don't necessarily want to be in, but you're kind of in something you don't want to be in now. So what's the difference, right? What happens is you're going to be in a better equitable position to trade out of that vehicle and get into something that you actually want. Whereas if you go new, you're probably going to be underwater, right? And I wouldn't say this, but unless they're putting 50% down, yeah, they're probably going to be underwater. Now, if they want to put 50% down, take the check, right? But when you break it down for customers like that and help them understand, hey, listen, here's what, the reasonable customers are doing. We don't really know what you're doing. Make them make a decision, right? You can kind of influence which way they go. But again, it doesn't matter which way or direction they choose. I'm ready for it, okay? And if they do decide that they are willing to start the process on a factory order, do not rest on your laurels and think, okay, cool, we got this thing sold. No, they can go to any dealership in theory to put in an order, okay? Even customers that have money down at dealerships are still calling around, which tells me that they probably don't really want to wait. It was the only option that was afforded to them, which is why I'm going to present options to them, okay? So that being said, test the commitment to these people. Don't always think that it's just got to be a new car. You might be able to flip some people. Now, remember, the goal is not to flip them into another vehicle. It's just to open them up to options, right? So to get back to what I was saying, if they do go new and you say, hey, listen, so if you're going to come down to the first right of refusal, that's the way to get the, the new car in this new market. That being said, the vehicle is definitely available. So other than availability, what's important in deciding where you're actually going to purchase?
Yeah, we're trying to look to get in one here fairly soon, so we're going to continue to look for a minute, but if I strike out, I might order one.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. I appreciate you.
So this is a great question to ask, right? Okay, so it sounds like you're kind of having some challenges finding the TRX. Is that what I'm hearing you say? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I completely understand that. And what we're going to do, look, like I said, we're going to do what we can to get you one. If an order is an option you want to pursue, that's great. But seeing as how you can't really find a TRX, what are you looking at then? What's your backup? What's your game plan? He's probably looking at some similar vehicles. And if he's willing to at least look at similar vehicles, I would say, well, let's start the process now. Let's get that ball rolling now, because the only thing that's going to happen, you're going to be left without a chair to sit in. You come down now, get the first right of refusal. You have the option to get the new vehicle, and you still have the option to get pre-owned. Okay? I tell this to customers all the time. It doesn't make sense to put all your eggs in one basket. What if you trip on the way home? You'll starve to death. Mr. Customer, I don't want that for you. Okay? There's so many things you can do. So many things you can do.
Oh, hey, appreciate you, buddy.
I mean, if he really wants a TRX, right? And he's like, I'm shopping around, and if I can't find one, I'm just gonna, I'll probably do an order. I would say, hey, listen, look, I completely understand that, but let me ask you this: if we were able to, get one in allocation, and somebody trades one in, and somebody happens to beat you to it, are you gonna be upset? Shout out to you, D. I know that's a line from you. Are you gonna be upset? You probably is that, and I don't want that to happen to you. Okay, so here's what would make sense, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, right? And I would have them come down to start that process. Okay, and again, get to the second piece of the puzzle because it's not about availability. There's always another piece of the puzzle.
Bye.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Thoughts? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Young Jedi, what do we do? You need training. You need training. More specifically, you need Bradley on demand. Okay? That's $6 million, over $6 million of content to help you overcome simple challenges like this. When I'm listening to phone calls like this, guys, I'm not expecting anybody to sound like LA. I'm not expecting anybody to sound like me or Sean or even some of the best phone trainers that we have or we know in the world. But I am expecting you to try. I am expecting you to try to get better because I keep saying this isn't going to get easier. We got to get better. Okay? That's why we train. And if you reach the end of this video, I want you to pat yourself on the back because you trained today. Light training, but I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this video. Miss you guys. Love that I'm back. Hey guys, stay tuned for what Young Jedi's got up his sleeve. I'm trying to tell you. Going up. And you know what happens when it go up. All right. I'm Young Jedi, that's R2. See you on the other side. Peace.